on. Having a hard time going live, but you know, through the spirit, I do it like this. So, you know, first and foremost, you know, if I get started, I want to give all honor and glory and power to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Hakadosh. I want to say double honors to our elders, our great apostles, great millstone, GMS, who rule well and teach well, being a great example to Israel. All right, man, the elect. I want to say peace and blessings to the hope elect on the four corner, the truth. All right, and sincerity. All right, that great song, that you brought in the bar. I just come with this lesson, all right, through the spirit and the power of Yahweh Shema Shai. And basically, let me get this first. This is fair use under the Copyright Act of 107. All right, that permit limited, unlicensed use copyright material for purpose like criticism, comments, and new reporting. Fair use. Because what y'all about to hear, all right, is devastating, but it's also, all right, the plans of the Lord to bring the destruction of Babylon the Great, as he allowed the devil. And when you go into 2 Thessalonians 1:6, it said, only he who let it will let, all right, till he be taken out of the way. And these devils, all right, have a new virus in the earth. And it says it's going to be worse than the 2020 virus. Now, we got to continue to stay prayed up. We got to continue to watch. And most definitely fear Yahweh Shema Shai, because these are the beginning of sorrows and great mourning. These are the beginning of famine and great death. And I'm going to play 2 videos, and I got an article, you know, your brother Todd sent me, all right, in the chat, all right, and this article hit hard, all right? So I'm going to play these videos, Lord willing, y'all brothers and sisters be edified, you know, violate the lockdown. Just hear it out.
Now, India has made a statement that it's contained, but I remember back to when C-19 started, and China had made a similar commentary that it was contained. And I only knew about C-19, and I knew about it 8 months before it hit our soil, because I do business with China. And China was saying, well, there's restrictions on what we can send, because I buy things from a direct vendor there for a side business. And they were telling us that the ports were closed. So I couldn't buy my items. So I was aware of C-19 months before the rest of us knew about it here in the US. And I bought masks because I heard how bad it was. Now, Nipah is a neurological-based virus transferred by bodily fluids, which means saliva, urine, blood, etc. It can be passed along with a simple act of kissing or other intimate items, or somebody coughed near you and you put it, you know, put your hand on your thing and then put your hand to your mouth and there you go. Same thing that we saw with the other. We just withdrew from the World Health Organization. And, you know, that's how they communicate and prepare different countries for impending or possible epidemics. And this one has a higher mortality rate. And then we should be cautious, because we aren't necessarily going to hear anything, because, you know, the guy with the brain worm runs our CDC. I just wanted you to be aware. Doesn't mean it'll happen. It is a risk. It's got a higher mortality rate. No virus is hard to transfer, and this one will cause encephalitis and comas, and that's what leads to the mortality rate.
Here's where it gets scary. C-19 had a death rate of about 1% to 3% of people that catch it. But if you get this Nipah virus, 40% to 75% of the people infected with it will die. In some outbreaks, it's nearly 100%. And that means if it get out of control, every 4 out of 10 people who get it could die.
Yeah, you see, and check this video out right here. You know, got another video for you. before I get that video, I want to go into this article. All right, and go to the overview of this article. In the overview of this article, it says, let's see the overview. The overview said Nipah virus, it can also be transmitted, and that's heavy. All right, so that's what we got to, provide food, circumspectly. All right, so let's look to this another video, and I just got a precept to go into all of it as we head into a time of trouble. All right, so check this video out right here.
Thai public health authorities have increased preparedness measures as the Department of Medical Services directed hospitals under its supervision to prepare for potential Nipah virus patients.
The Department of Medical Sciences says it is fully prepared to detect and monitor the Nipah virus after reports of an outbreak in India, while health authorities are stepping up screening measures at airports.
Well, could the next pandemic make the height of the COVID-19 outbreak look mild? That's what some experts are predicting for what's being called Disease X.
So I am very worried that we just don't, we as a nation, we haven't made that commitment to really fully protect the American people.
We caught up with internationally recognized Dean of the National School of Tropical Medicine at Baylor and co-director of the Texas Children's Hospital Center for Vaccine Development, Dr. Peter Hotez, who's traveling to get his take on the topic.
We have a likelihood that new pandemic threats, that people call it Disease X, are going to be rising on a regular basis.
And Dr. Hotez says Disease X, the next pandemic, could hit hard whenever it arrives. Why do you think some experts are predicting the next pandemic will make COVID-19 look like a walk in the park?
I've written about this.
You see that? It said that this virus that's coming is going to make 19 look like a walk in the park, man. All right? This is the beginning of sorrows and great mourning. This is the beginning of famine and great death. All right? These devils, all right, is planning, all right, to kill a lot of people, man. And I'm going to try to go back and find this video dealing with Kamala Harris. And when she was giving one of her speeches, she said that exact thing, man. Because she want to depopulate, all right, the earth. And she said by any means, all right, through the shots, through the food, all right, and through what chaos, they gonna depopulate the earth, man. Real talk.
As well, I wrote for the Houston Chronicle a couple of months back that COVID-19 is just the warm-up act. The next pandemic may not be as severe, but it could be much more severe.
The Department of Medical Sciences said the National Institute of Health is ready to detect Nipah virus in suspected patients using real-time RT-PCR tests, which offers high sensitivity and accuracy. The test can be performed on multiple sample types, including blood, respiratory secretions, spinal fluid, and urine, with results available within 8 hours. No case Nipah virus has been reported in Thailand so far. However, health officials are encouraging the public to take basic precautions, including avoid contact with animals that carry the virus, washing fruit thoroughly before eating, and washing hands after handling animals, raw meat, or animal carcasses, especially bats, pigs, horses, cats, goats, and sheep. Meanwhile, Chiang Mai International Airport has coordinated with international disease control officers to introduce proactive screening measures, similar to those used during the outbreaks of COVID-19 and MERS. These include temperature screening for all incoming international passengers, distribution of health advisory cards, and stricter checks on travel history for passengers arriving from or transiting through outbreak areas within the past is 14 to 21 days. Although there are currently no direct flights from India to Chiang Mai, authorities say they remain alert for transit passengers. Anyone showing symptoms such as high fever, headache, or respiratory problems will be transferred immediately to a designated hospital under public health response plans.
After years of pandemics popping up, including SARS and H1N1 early in the 2000s,
Ebola in 2014, we had Zika in 2016, and now we've got COVID-19.
Dr. Hotez says that's why the U.S. Office of Pandemic Preparedness was created, but he believes more should be done.
Having the funds available to make countermeasures for new diagnostics, new vaccines, and at the same time, being able to support the virologists, the scientists who actually study these pathogens.
Why are we seeing so many pandemics?
It's one of the most common questions I'm asked. It's a confluence of 21st century forces. A big one is climate change, which is altering the migration of animals that can transmit these viral pathogens.
Now, no one knows when disease X, the next pandemic, will hit, but scientists say it is coming.
Especially the disease X, it's attracting a lot of attention. And I hope you have seen in the social media. But it's not a new idea. The first time we used the terminology was in 2018. The discussions were in 2017. I was just new Director General. As you know, we annually list the emerging diseases. And MERS could be one, Zika, Ebola, those we know. But then we said, there are things that are unknown that may happen. And anything happening is a matter of when, not if. So we need to have a placeholder for that.
And that's how you know it's the plans of the elites. Because it's not the matter of if, it's the matter of when. All right? And they setting these things up, all right, to have an effect, which is called a domino effect. All right?
For the disease we don't know, that may come. And that was when we gave the name Disease X. So Disease X is a placeholder for unknown disease. I just wanted to start by clarifying that because there is already a lot of attention. If I may, although COVID came immediately, we were preparing for COVID-like disease. You may even call COVID as the first disease X. So whether it's in health systems or even the private sector, by the way, in research and development, for instance, you can prepare for it. Actually, it started with this disease X issue with a research and development blueprint. It's a blueprint. And research and development should be at the center also to test drugs, to test other tools.
The move involves close coordination between multiple health agencies to ensure rapid diagnosis and effective clinical care. Officials stated that while no cases have been detected in Thailand, the proactive stance is necessary to safeguard.
Right. Now, the brother put a precept up there, going to Revelation the 6th chapter, all right, as he was getting power to take peace from the earth. All right, because this gonna cause a lot of chaos and uproar. All right, and guess what? They got a system that's going on that dealing with the healthcare. So they're gonna create a lot of problems because people ain't gonna have the means and the assistance to get the proper help that they need, the proper credit they need, because the way that the healthcare system is starting to be ran and controlled. So, like I say, 2nd Ezra 16th chapter, the beginning of sorrows and great mourning, the beginning of famine and great death, man. All right? Because this devil got to bring this device to pass, all right, to complete his new world order. All right? But I wish I had enough time to bring that damn clip out dealing with Kamala Harris. But let me get this precept. This is Luke This is Luke 21. All right, Luke 21, I'm starting at 30. Let me see. Yeah, this is Luke 21, and I'm starting at 31. It said, likewise ye, when you shall see these things come to pass, know that the kingdom of the Most High is at hand. And we see these things slowly but surely, all right, sprouting up, as in World War III, the MOTB, Jacob Trouble, all right, and guess what? Return of our Lord, right? It says, verily I say unto you, this generation shall not pass until all be fulfilled. And those are the 4 major prophecies that got to be fulfilled. Well, I say 3, right? And it says, heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away, right? And it says, and take heed to yourselves, he said, in the time your heart be overcharged with sobriety and drunkenness and the cares of this life, so that the day come upon you unawares, all right? So you can't be bamboozled or tricked and listen to everybody, you know, saying this and saying that. No, pay attention to the prophets, continue to watch, well as pray, and fear the Lord. Till next time, Shalom, Baba Bob Raka'akim. May the Lord team bless y'all morning.